and welcome back to the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered. We are right outside of Fort Black Boot in the West Weald. Let me show ya. So, I've wandered a bit of ways. I couldn't go in a straight line because, well, that would be outside of the map. And I figured, you know, this shoreline down to the river street doesn't really have a lot of interesting thing. Perhaps the most interesting thing is Cylon, which we're never gonna get to in this series, because it's part of a quest, mainly the Mages Guild questline. But I did discover some camps, sold my stuff, sold some excess stuff at Qa'Rajh, and took a dive off of the road from Blood Crushed Crack Cavern, took a little sleep at Growback Camp, and then basically went past the Priory of the Nine, found the isolated house, which is very likely to be a Oblivion portal location when you activated the Oblivion portals. And yeah, let's just remove the marker. We are right here after all. Did I remove it? Yeah, there you go. It just was a little bit slow. Right, so I don't know what is inside. But the weather outside is frightful. Sentries. Well, likely. So far. Oh yeah, that's my feather spell. Oh, that's it even brings up small feathers. Oh, that's a nice touch. Do we need this? No, not particularly. I had forgotten that I had switched out my detect light. Was it just a deer? Really? I'm not seeing anything else that could see me, so... Fort Black Boot. Oh, that's a scam. Ah, great. It's conjurers again. I hate conjurers. They are annoying, they don't yield any good treasure. All in all, they're just a bad time. I mean, it does seem like that they have a thing where they're like, instead of where in the original prefer to stay at range, tossing the occasional spell at you, but usually just summoning creatures all over and over and over. In this, they basically summon once, and then they try to go melee with you. Which I consider weird, because they're definitely not optimized for that. Even if they were to throw a couple of spells my way, they're usually more likely to buff themselves after the summoning. And that means that they are running out of magicka, which means that because magicka recharges fairly slowly, I think it might even be slower than in the original one. Oh. Well, we're almost level 8. I have not prepared my recording setup because I didn't figure I was that close. Alright. Let's check the outsides first. If we can. Well, let's see. Oh, hello. Oh, I can open you from here. Well, far be it from me to not do that then. I could also just go up the stairs, but Alright. I can take a hint. Sometimes. So, scamps say. I mean, it isn't necessarily conjurers, but there is a fairly high chance, or in my case, risk, of it being conjurers. Alright, well, that's what it is, then that's what it is. I don't remember this one in particular, but, well... Now, quite a lot of our armor is heavy, which would also make it more difficult for us to sneak. Okay, nothing thus far. Might be easier to let the night eye subside here. Okay. What have we got? There's less light over here. Thus, less risk of being detected. Ooh, that's a flame Qa'Rajh. People are thirsting for those. Well, you can't shoot through walls, my friend. Please, I hope not. Whoa! Oh, you've gone melee. That's, alright. Fire assaults. Iron arrows. Oh, both of them. Yeah, so people are... Oh, it actually went front up. Because they apparently have cakes. I'm not interested. To be fair, they were also made rather... I wouldn't say seductive, but definitely the curves were rather... someone definitely knew what they were doing, let's say that. Alright. Well, I wouldn't need Night Eye to see a flame Qa'Rajh. Okie dokie. The summoned creatures themselves aren't that bad, especially not the permanent ones, because, well, permanent also means that when they die, well, they die. It is the summoned ones that I don't like. Because A, they just vanish, which means that any kind of treasure that you might have had on them, had they been non-summoned, is gone. As well as any arrows you shoot into them. And there's a chance that they're just coming back if the summoner actually stays put and stays back. But it is an interesting sign that we're now seeing. So I also met a troll on my way here. Slightly concerning. So trolls and flame Qa'Rajhs are now par for the course. Do they not explode anymore? They don't. Oh, that's a shame. That was part of the sort of the thing is why you shouldn't go melee with a flame Qa'Rajh, because they'd go boom. I don't know if you could actually use them as sort of like grenades or anything like that, because most creatures are in the original were fairly spread out, so like the chance of someone you can buff yourself up all you want. You're still just a scamp, albeit not a stunted scamp, which is the lowest kind. Bridge? Nope. Just an upper part area. Which probably also serves as a bridge, but yeah, no. Oh, my friend. Hui! And that looked like a Conjurer Adept. Which would mean... it is. Yoink. Nah. I'm not fussed about those. Oh. Books. Galerion the Mystic. Fundamentals of Alchemy. Okay. Nothing of interest. It's all novice. Blech. Half of my set is already better than novice at apprentice level. Well, if the adept was this far up, does that mean that... Oh dear. A big map. Alright. That's... I'm not complaining. Not at all. Not at... Oh, there's a somewhat a small area back here, but... well, I don't know. Ah! Oh, poor timing on that. There we go. And... ooh. Was that there? Really? Alright. Stop. You. There you go. Oh, security's increased. Ow, biscuit. Well, I mean, it's nice that it increased, but I had not planned for this. Seeing as... I don't know! So you're probably right behind. Should we go the other way? No, let's clear out these tunnels first. Oh! Oh, great. Are you going melee? Really shouldn't have done that, but alright. You did, and you died. Ah! Oh, a bedroll! Well, that is... So these conjurers do need sleep, eh? Alright. Hey! Okay, well, pardon me a minute while I go to set up my recording stuff. So on with the phone. Move the ring light. Start the camera application. Move to video. Turn on the Bluetooth shutter. Avoid letting the shutter fall too far away so that I can't find it. Put the camera, my phone, into the holder. Slide it over on top. Remove excess dye from the dice tray. Center the dice tray. Adjust the angle of the phone so it's more level. And recording. Well, I'm gonna need to rotate that in the edit, but you know, that is sometimes how it is. Good. Let's sleep then. Is it in the clear? Yeah, it's clear enough. First roll. 7. Personality. That's a good one. Second roll. 1. Strength. Alright, more loot. Well, more loot. Carrying capacity. Third roll. 6. Endurance. More hit points. And some other stuff. And halt the recording. Good. Alright. That's nice. So how much can we carry right now? 280. And we do have a feathery effect. Oh yeah, I also found some arrows of dispelling. Suppose I could use those at some point. Eventually. When I feel like it. I might want to go for a, basically, using up all my iron arrows first. And I think at this point I have more steel arrows anyway. Yep. Okay, goody. I do not like these narrow corridors. No sir, not one bit, nope. They do not cater to an archer. Is there even a sublocation to this place? Well, Well, we shall see, we shall see, we shall see, we shall see. Runoffs. Let's go up first, because that does give us a bit of a... Oh, I see ya! Qa'Rajh? Maybe. Yoink! Gold, mandrake root. Nice. Extra stuff to avoid getting diseases. Nice. Alright, upstairs we go. Does this bridge collapse? What was that rumbling? Oi! Who's rumbling? Stop your rumbling. Dead end? Oh no, not... Well, not for me, but for anyone living here. Well, oh. Hello, this place is big. And it hasn't even gotten to supplications yet. That's just a pillar, or the bottom of one. I don't see anyone there, but yeah. Let's go downstairs first, because that might just lead to the level below, wherein we might find treasure, or nothing. Might also be traps down here. Now, dart traps are not as easy to spot as they were in the original one. Excuse me. But they are just as, if not more, dangerous now. So it's not without risk rummaging around down here. Alright, well, no, there was nothing. But now we've checked and confirmed that there was nothing. Which means that we have no reason to sort of clear out everything else and go down here. Was there something of value? No. No. Now we know there is not. And that is some kind of certainty which is really nice. And you get that by exploring and being thorough in your exploration. So that does that stairway just lead to basically a drop? Ah, seems like it. I don't remember this sort of line out from the original, but then again... Wait, is this... This is a treasure room. Snowball Tome. Haven't I gotten that? But, I mean, there's no way out from here, so that might have been... Hold on, let's check the map. Why have you zoomed out again? I don't like that. Everything has been searched. Yeah, okay. But there are no supplications. Okay. I'm not complaining. It was a fairly big one either way. Right, we needed to check if we had Snowball in our list. Would be easier going up. It's not, because otherwise it wouldn't tell me this. So Frost... Hold on. Let me check. So we have Fire Flare, which is a very weak fire damage, 6 points. So Snowball is a better all throughout because it's on target. Probably costs a little bit more in terms of its magicka. Let's see how bad. Yeah, but it also deals more damage. So let's slot that in instead. If I could. how do I... Ah, there we go. It just wasn't reacting. The sign. Yeah, might as well. There are quite a few things that have fire resistance, and not a lot of things that have cold resistance. Of course, when we start meeting frost Qa'Rajhs, that's going to be a different story. Right. Well, that is Fort Black Boot. In the next episode, let me just get my list out here. I will meet you at Black Rock Caverns, which is north of Coral. Now, this isn't really a part of a quest, but it was one that was designed probably with a quest in mind. It will make sense once we get there. But until then, take care.